Hi, I need to introduce everyone in this story so you know who we are. I'm Hanlon, and I'm a trans man, and I gave birth to 2 kids. Then there's my partner, Bran. They also used to go by Stephen, so you'll hear us calling them that, but that's no longer their name. There's also my daughter, Irene, who's my youngest, and she is amazing and helps us build on the land. And then there's my other child, Cass, who is an artist and an awesome human and loves dogs. Also, we've got Saoirse, speaking of dogs, who's the boss of everything, and Feargal, who is afraid of everything, and is a very big snuggler. In 2023, Bran and I got married and set off for Nova Scotia to build our dream dome.
But together, the two of you will forge a life that will leave us in awe. Sorry, the 4 of you. I won't forget again, I promise. May I have the reins?
It is my honor and my delight to pronounce you married. You may now seal this vow with a kiss.
We're packing to go to Halifax Fringe. Right now it is mid-July, near the end of July, 2023. And Fringe starts on the 31st of August. And what we're doing in between is we're going to our land that is near the Bay of Fundy. And we are going to be building our first small geodesic dome. It is a 16-foot geodesic dome kit. Okay, so I would say excuse the mess, but let's take a look at this. This is this pile right here, right there. All of that stuff is what we will be putting into the roof box, I hope. Plus this bin right here. And this pile here is going in the back of our SUV along with a couple suitcases and a food cooler. So we are going to be kind of full to the rafters. As we were driving across the country, we started to realize that in Nova Scotia there was massive flooding and it was getting very dangerous. And we started to worry a little bit about what we would find when we got there. Luckily, when we arrived, we were able to turn in and come up the driveway. And after investigating and some initial concern, we were able to have the RV parked on the land, which was really fortunate because otherwise we would have had nowhere to stay. Okay, so I don't know how much you'll be able to hear of this, but we just spent some energy, luckily not too much, just raking up the grass here. And it was cut. It had been super soggy, so much rain. There was all the flooding in Nova Scotia, and mostly in the Halifax Fall River area and down towards Lunenburg. And in Truro, it washed out a railway bridge, so that there's a bunch of containers apparently piling up in Halifax. Anyway, so it rained and rained. It's horrible flooding, a disaster. Some folks went missing, which is really horrible. And here on our land, they couldn't mow, and we needed them to mow in order to get our RV in, and also, of course, to build the geodesic dome. So we just spent a bunch of time just trying to get we, I mean me and Irene. And then I was partway through, I was like, why am I doing this? Partly it's to make sure that it doesn't dry out and cause a fire hazard, but also we don't need this much cleared of our land for the build that we're doing this summer, or to get the RV on. So next year when we come in the summer, we're not going to have as much cleared. Yeah, so that's that. La la, you live in the... Okay.